Grand Rising, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is Lighthouse, where we light the way. My name is Light, and I would like to thank my A-team and the Divine for allowing me to be a crystal clear channel. If you find this message, it was meant for you. I'm going to ring the bell. All right, everybody. Happy Financially Free Friday. Today is Friday, April 25th. I was about to say April 25, so somebody says the date like that. Friday, April 25th, 2025. The time is 11:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course it is. Numbers 11 and 17 are significant. Justice card, Justice League. They're showing me cartoon, digital. Right, Bobby Digital. They said the Digital Underground. Kiss me and I kiss you back. No, that's right. So the name of this reading is The Elephant in the Room, and I'm going to read some. The Field of Reeds is where we're going. Reed as a name. Reed as a plant or flower, or, they're showing me 6 Harvest Digest. Separating the wheat from the chaff is significant. The elephant in the room. So obviously elephant spirit is out here. So I shuffled the animal spirit. I have my wild unknown animal spirit. The Wild Unknown Animal Spirit guidebook is out. So I pulled, there's about 4 or 5 animal spirits out that may, resonate with you. When I was shuffling, I was hoping the elephant card itself would come out, but then I thought to myself, since it's a wild unknown, the elephant may or may not be in that actual deck. And then I looked for it. It didn't come out on its own. I looked for it and I pulled it out. So just, clarifying. I like to clarify that. And I also would like to clarify that sometimes, when you're listening to readings, I hear other readers. And I'm not knocking it. I'm just bringing attention to it. When people say, oh, you're judging. How the fuck am I judging? They said, you're so judgy. I'm not judging. I'm the judge. They said judge is a name. But, when people say, oh, you're judging. No, there's no judgment in simply making a statement. So somebody's making a statement. They said True TV, Court TV. And then they're showing me Simply Lemonade. Yeah, that shit was the bomb. They're showing me orange juice out here. So maybe somebody's making orange juice. And, we used to oh, shit. That was the name of it. Buckingham Orange. Buckingham was the brand in Jamaica. And it was orange juice. Oh my God, that freshly squeezed orange juice was so good. So maybe that's significant for somebody. OJ, they say, oh yeah. As a matter of fact, look, they said somebody is maybe teaching their child Espanol. They say he speak Hispanic. Yeah. English as a second language, or Spanish as a second language. They said language arts. They're showing me shaman. We're all healers and different, and then they're showing me shaman is right next to the heart and the eternal child. That's what we had to come to do. That was the true twin flame journey out here. The true twin flame journey. You can go back to that reading, but it is healing the heart, healing the high heart, healing the inner child. That's the journey. Okay, so I'm going to read some information. Like I said, 11 and 20 is significant. I meant 11 and 17. Letters K and Q are significant, and whatever that means to you. The number 11 and the number 17. Maybe you have children that are 11 and 17. An age group, they're showing me the eternal child. Yeah, we have rainbow children, crystals, indigos. Those people who, some people are new to this journey. Go to Journey as a name, Journey as a band. They said the Eagles as a band. And then they're showing me USPS, the Eagles. Okay, so I'm going to read about Ganesha. Or Ganesh. Let's see what it says here. Ganesha, also known as Ganesh or Vinayaka, is a beloved Hindu deity recognized by his distinctive elephant head. He is the son of Shiva and Parvati and is revered as the remover of obstacles, the Lord of new beginnings, the God of wisdom and good luck. Key aspects of Ganesha: the elephant head, remover of obstacles, Lord of beginning, God of wisdom. He's a popular deity, one of the most widely worshipped deities in Hinduism, celebrated throughout the Indian subcontinent and beyond. Mythological tales, many stories surround Ganesha, highlight his playful nature, his devotion to his parents, and his ability to overcome challenges. In essence, Ganesha is a multifaceted deity who embodies wisdom, success, and the overcoming of obstacles, making him a beloved figure in Hindu and beyond. So, okay, so it says that Ganesha's the elephant head is a prominent feature symbolizing wisdom and the ability to see the bigger picture. And, you know, like I tell you, I'm an awakener. You got to water your own garden. Information is available widely to you. You know, the higher you raise your vibration, the more you have access to certain things, you know. Do your own research, continue to keep your vibrations high, and to continue to pick sense from nonsense. Okay, so the elephant in our room, you know that term. As a matter of fact, the elephant in the room term. All right, so they said to read that term. The elephant in the room is an idiom that refers to a large, obvious problem or issue that everyone is aware of but avoids discussing or acknowledging. It is often used when a topic is uncomfortable, embarrassing, or potentially disruptive to the current situation. Oh, I never knew that. Listen to this. Elaboration. The idiom is likely of American origin, potentially inspired by the 1814 Russian fable about a man visiting a museum and noticing everything but an elephant. Wow, I never even knew that. Yeah, do some research. You know, like I said, learn to pick sense from nonsense, because, you know, sometimes these search messages, they said machinations, matchmaker. Every time I hear a matchmaker, I think of the Joy Luck Club. Amy Tan, that might be significant. I love that book. Okay, so the elephant in the room, just to clarify, you know, everything is both, and you may go back to that reading. This is duality on the earth plane, and some people are learning that the hard way. So for y'all, it's the elephant in your room because you choose, they're showing me. They said, choosy moms choose GIF. They're showing me the Two of Swords. You refuse to acknowledge the problem, and therefore in not accepting it, you can't fix it. The elephant in our room is Ganesha, as you see. So the elephant card is the first card that comes up. They said Cobra Kai. Who was that? I haven't seen the movie. Karate Kid, Ralph as a name. Italy is significant. Like I said, the boot. The eyes have it. Number 146 and 147 is significant as pages. Pages and knights are significant. They said islands in the screen. They said in the screen, but they said I meant to say islands in the stream. So elephant, unstoppable, auspicious, wise. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. It is said that the great elephant is a destroyer of obstacles. We were just watching Guardians of the Galaxy last night, and what was his name? Drax the Destroyer. What was his name? Dave Bautista. So Dave is a name. David? No, David. Those books are. They said David and Affidavit. Oh, affidavits versus affirmations. They said. All right. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles. So if this card appears when you feel stuck, in air quotes, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with light of self-knowledge. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. You see the flame right there. Initiates of the flame. When out of balance, one-pointed focus, generous, loving. Let me clarify. You see how they want to fuck us up? When in balance, one pointed focus, crystal clear focus, y'all. Generous, loving. They said loving as like I would say back in the days, some old school soap operas. They said that movie Soapbox is significant. Oh shit. Loving. It says somebody else is gonna remember this and say, oh shit, just like I did. Trisha and Trucker from Loving. All my children, days of our lives. Yeah, like the sands of the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. I never really got into days of our lives or, you know, the general hospital. Yeah, you in general motherfucking hospital needing service. Virgo is the sign of service. We have been in service to the divine and our ancestors, the 18. And just to clarify, they said write it down in the post section too. So post, like I said, post road, Boston Post Road, White Plains Post Road, being posted, going postal, being they said POST, posterior, ventral. They should anatomy and physiology, structure and function, of course. The elephant in the room. Okay, when in balance, one pointed focus, generous, loving. When out of balance, misunderstands fate. Misunderstands fate. That's crazy. I'm gonna say it again. When the elephant archetype is out of they said focus, off kilter, off key, and then they're showing me equilibrium as a they said a scanner darkly, equilibrium as graphic novels are significant, very. They're showing me a Frank Miller Sin City, Kick Ass, those type of movies. They're showing me Super Bad. That's it. I'm super bad. James Brown, Jimmy, Gemini, the twins, Castor and Pollux. Okay, when out of balance, the elephant misunderstands fate. Like I tell you, you don't understand the way the world works. Number 12 is significant because we are the 12 chakra tribe. To bring into balance, trust. To bring the elephant archetype into balance, you trust. And look at this. Trust in divine timing. And that is right now. Look, all over the place with this energy as per usual. And that's not our energy. Any energy that is not yours, learn to discern. Learn to discern which energy is yours. Send it back at once, they said. At once. So maybe somebody speaks like that. Okay, trust. When love is invited over, when love is invited to take over, this says Shantae Moore, now that love's taken over. When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. And that is a wild unknown. Like I said, that's a dragon. How to train your dragon. Trust. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. So that is the 35 card in the Kipper deck is the pathway card. Number 35 is significant. Number 8 is significant. That 35 pathway card represents the 8 of Wands, the clear communication, clear pathway. And then they show me a lamb. They said sending the lamb to the slaughter. Mary had a little lamb. Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. The lamb was under my knee. So somebody wanted to dim your light. The trust, okay? When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Allow me, dear divine, to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. And now that trust is right next to the divine timing. The time is now. Okay? They said don't read that yet though. Read this. You stop using the universe, in air quotes, to try to get what you want, and you start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. Remember when Sheldon, when we touched on the whole place, Sheldon, no behavior. No behavior. They show me trust. The ancestors You have been in service to the divine. That is the elephant in the room. Like I said, I don't believe this shit. They said, I don't believe this shit. Oh, shit. That's it. They said this shit. They said, I don't believe this shit. Who dick you sucking? The divine. And they told me to say that. So they don't give a fuck about you being, what's the word? Offended. Too many things offend you. The truth should be offending you. Your lies should be offending you. They say you don't even know what the fuck is what. So shut the fuck up and sit down, relax, and take notes. They said a hat. They show me a hat. Sombrero. They said this is a skull cap for y'all. And they, of course, everything is both. Sombrero for us. That don't look like a sombrero. You know what a sombrero looks like? Yeah, they show me a hat. You'll be wearing a different robe. Now look. Going from cold to going from hat. Going from the beanie. They said a beanie. Ooh, beanie Siegel. Beanie Mac. Okay. Damn. They said Allah is significant. They said raw material, the law of one. There is only one. Trust in that. Okay. Religion is about separation, division. Okay. We are, they said we are Marshall. They said we are United Healthcare. And then, you know what we was watching? Yeah. We are Groot. That's right. In service to the divine, which has been a true offering. Okay, so a cobra spirit is out here. Like I said, Cobra Kai. They're telling me not the only one I was supposed to read is the elephant. You know, you look it up. Look it up. You know, shout out to the person who asked me how they should resonate my messages. How they should interpret my messages. I send this message with love and light as I did the response. However you interpret the messages, trust in your inner knowing you're not doing anything wrong. That's why everybody gets different messages, and it could be the same message and 10 different people. They said vantage point. That movie is significant. 10 different people have 10 different vantage points. You know what they say about, I think, was it in ODB or something? They show me Wu-Tang. But they say, yeah, if you ask 10 different people about ODB, and you'll have 10 different answers. So that's significant. The 10, the eternal child, they're showing me. We have been in service to the divine, and in being in service to the divine, you have been in service to yourself, which is your higher self. That is what the true twin flame journey is about. Healing the inner child so you can they say, you know, those people online who be talking about marrying themselves, they be going to the extreme. But I really think spiritually it means the marriage, the matrimony. Although some people be on that weird fuck shit. So I'm not going to speak for people. I can only speak for me. But what I think it means spiritually, because everything has a spiritual, metaphysical, esoteric meaning. I think that's what it means. The marriage and the matrimony. Union of the left and the right hemispheres of the brain. And right now, union of the left and the right hemispheres of the planet and our solar systems, and outside, you know, they said the planetarium, the solarium is significant, the aquarium. Yeah, we out here. May I release the fears, illusions. The true offering card says, may I release the fears, the illusions, and the addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next steps will always be shown. It said always and in all ways. And then they're showing me always as a brand, you know, maxi pads, tampons, and stuff like that. Somebody out here leaking, boy. You're leaking. They said blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, the blood, sweat, and tears that we put into this shit that you tried to get out. They showed me a drop of blood, and then they said Maxwell House, go to the last drop. Nah, that shit. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan. The plan is in the capital letters. Trusting that the next step will always be shown. Use me, love. Use me for the highest. I am yours alone. They show me to show you where the P, okay? And the capital letter means the divine plan. A peacock spirit is significant. And they're showing me NBC. True offering is service. Like I said, the switch is very heavy, and they show me cobra. In this deck, see, diamond is significant. Diamond consciousness. DC is significant. They said that darn cat. That was his name. The movie is called That Darn Cat, Disney. Well, his name was DC, standing for that darn cat. And DC, whatever that stands for you. You see the snake right here? The cobra. You see that fire behind it? Those is significant. Those colors. They said those that have been actual, troops that were, just divided for no reason, no good reason anyway. They're being reinstated. You know what? This might be a team or a code name, they said. Look at this. 3 skulls are significant. Yeah, maybe the skulls. They said the skulls. It's a secret society. All we ask is trust. They said, I was going to say trust, but crust came out with a K. They said Krabby Patties, but they're saying K with a crust. Golden crust is significant. And they say that man, that's what they're telling me. I don't know. I don't think it's him specifically, but his ancestors are coming through to say, no, that was that bullshit. Because how the hell can you commit suicide by, they said, Sue's rendezvous, a rendezvous point. How can you commit suicide by shooting yourself twice? So that's definitely coming through. Divine timing, trust in divine timing. Everything is being, all lambs sent to the slaughter. Physical and, they said, metaphorically, figuratively, literally, physically, spiritually, metaphorically. They're showing me cup. May your cup runneth over. This is a coffee cup. They show me drawings like this that look like this might be significant. Emojis, coloring books. They show me Spanish, English, and Spanish, but they tell me to flip it because, like I said, you know what they're telling me? They're showing me trust. You know these motherfuckers who only speak Spanish or only speak their native language when they want to? That's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what's coming through. They said, no, that shit ain't funny no more. We are the A team, okay? This might be, I don't know. They said lowercase. That's it. Lowercase, not caps. New city might be significant. That's in Nyack. No, they said Rockland County, Rockland County, Rockdale County. New Orleans might be significant. They said My Funny Valentine, Sweet Comic Valentine. Like I said, comics are significant. They said Peanuts. And then they're showing me Peanuts, the Lockhorns. Who else, y'all? Damn, Charlie Brown, Peanuts. They said Toy Story might be significant. This might be an actual movie, they said. The toy, who's that, Richard Pryor? Pryor Street, they show me. Pryor is a name. Having Pryors. They said the good nurse, the good doctor, whatever. Goodwin as a name. Good housekeeping, whatever good means for you. Our good. This is for your own good. This is for your own good. Look, they said red box is significant. Remember that? Red box and those movie boxes. And they're showing me red. Retired, extremely dangerous could be significant. Retired, extremely dangerous. They're showing me to show you this. Ganesha is on the back of these cards, which is why I pull the cards. Ganesha is on the back of these cards while I actually pull the cards. Thank you for reminding me, Ganesha. Ganesha is here to remind you. No more problems. I'm here to remove obstacles. And you heard what it said, right? The elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. They're showing me, you know what? Somebody's maybe learning to drive or teaching their baby to drive. Teaching somebody to drive, and it's funny. And it's good. And they said, and it was good. I know that's right. Goodwin as a name. Fish. They said, oh shit, look. 1 fish, 2 fish. Red fish, blue fish. Because the the word two is in this actual deck, and it came out too. So one fish, blue fish, red fish, blue fish. Dr. Seuss is significant. Dr. Seuss is significant. They said plenty of fish, and then they said no fish. Maybe, oh my God. They said funny farm, funny fish. No. If it smells funny, don't eat it. Oh my God. This is somebody thought that was fucking hilarious. That's what I'm telling you. If it smells funny, don't eat it. The elephant in the room, okay? The elephant is in the room. They said peacock. Look, there's that newsman again. Fox came out in this deck. Peacock came out in this deck. What they show me, Fox News, MSNBC, the fake news outlets. Fake news is significant. Okay, the elephant in the room. Okay, they're telling me to read the Eternal Child. The Eternal Child, which is number 4. Queen, they said the Red Queen. Oh, shit. I just seen, I flipped past in this book, the red, the term queen. That said Alex Haley Roots. Okay. The Queen, number 82 and 83 is significant. The Hunter is significant. The Maiden is significant. Okay, hold on. Okay, the Eternal Child, which is number 4, which is IV. Yeah, motherfuckers are sick out here. The archetype is so spirited. Look, they said, like I said, look, taste the rainbow. The golden children on a rainbow bridge. This is a golden era. Okay? This archetype is so spirited that when its appetite for life is not satiated, it seeks spirits and substance elsewhere. The Eternal Child struggles with addictions of all varieties. All right? That's what we came here to bring. The Eternal Child, the inner child, the child of joy. Celebrity culture is based heavily on this archetype, as is the phrase, live hard, die young, and the series of artists and musicians who died at 27. Whew, all right now. The Eternal Child is connected to the timeless ages and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The Eternal Child wants to mix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return with plenty of friends to the land of the free, where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. They said Newt and Jeb. We all want to sip from the well of eternal youth, and this makes the Eternal Child naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The Eternal Child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. When light, the Eternal Child archetype is joyful, playful, accepts all. The archetype is magical. When dark, addicted, selfish, adrift, burns out, go deeper. Icarus, Peter Pan, Roomies, has anyone seen the boy? That said, let's hear it for the boy. Let's hear it for my baby. So number 4 represents they're showing me the courtship card. So court could be significant. Court as a name, Court Street. Like I said, spiritual and physical court. That's where the hell you at right now. Look, they said we had to make lemons out of lemonade. Yeah, they're showing me an orchard. Apple orchards, orchards. Orchard as a name. Orchard as a street. I know there's an orchard in Yonkers. And they're showing me no fish. The temple. But they said Temple University is significant. Temple University. Yeah, they're showing me. They said show it to you. Temple University. Okay, they said show you these images because it's helping unlock. The cheat codes unlock. They show me the beaver. Leave it to beaver. They said, damn, Friday is significant. Leave it to beaver. Okay? Go back to that show. They show me, what is that? I Dream of Jeannie. What's the other show? I Dream of Jeannie. You know what movie was really good? Pleasantville. They said Pleasantville. They said Pleasantdale is significant. The elephant in the room is that no matter, Firefly is significant. Jamaicans called them, I don't know if not Americans. They said, why? Yankee Yardy. Yeah, that's me. The best of both worlds. Why? I told you why. Because Y is a crooked letter. That's why. And now they're showing me the Y and the X. They're showing me they said Metatron's cube, the circle of life, the flower of life. Sacred gematria is significant. Physics, Quantum leap is significant. No matter what they try to do to you, break your heart in a million fucking pieces. We had to repair it. They said Excalibur, the sword and the stone. You should see the X. Okay? Like I said, 10 is significant. And then they show me the 4. 10, 4. But then they show me 10 IV. So they said 10, 4 significant as in Roger that. They said CB radio, 10, 4, radio frequency. And your CB radio, shit like that, truckers. The heart, we had to heal the heart. Heal the high heart. Heal the inner child. Heal the temple, because that came out. You just seen it. The fireflies, like I said, Jamaicans call it Peeny Wally. Now, I don't know if West Indians call it. I don't speak on things I don't know about. They show me the carpet over there. Somebody, they said, I don't know, carpet munching, carpet cleaning. They said maybe, they show me true offering. Maybe somebody has a carpet cleaning business. That movie is, they show me Waterworld. Kevin Costner, Firefly is a movie with, so yeah, Waterworld. Waterworld, because you were not in service to the divine. That water represents the intuition and the emotion. And like I've been explaining, you see that blue? Blue also represents, like I said, the tribes. They said blue 42, blue 42. And then they show me red. Retired, extremely dangerous. Maybe somebody is retiring and, we just watched a movie where, retired athletes might be significant. That's all they know how to do. But because they're young physically, but they're too old to play the sport. And, that's significant. Trust in the divine. Trust that there's a higher plan. Rest, and they said rich as a name, rich gang. Rich dollars, get the fuck out of my goddamn energy field. This is not a true offering. I'm about to go back to celebrities being in your energy field. You came through in that motherfucker creep squad. You came through in my energy field yesterday, and I don't give a fuck if you're a celebrity. Before I was shouting out individual people in my own personal life. You want to come into my personal energy field, then no, personally, you're going to get a shout out on my channel. Hi. Thank you, mama. No challenges is coming upside down. Champion versus challenger. JV versus varsity. What the fuck you guys don't understand? My stomach is growling. Yeah, because you're not about to have shit in your stomach. You're about to starve. Starve from fucking lush. They said the term lush comes from that term lush. Drinking all the fucking time. Wanting to turn our water into wine. They said womb water is significant. Amniotic fluid. They want everything. They're showing me skeleton key, and that was in Louisiana. The Louisiana swamps. Eve's bayou is significant. Eve as a Neem. Eve as a meme. They said Nemo, Captain Nemo, Finding Nemo. Unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms if you are open. Please take over, divine, and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. Thy will be done. Like I said, Mike will made it. Mike will made it. Ganesha will not be removing your obstacles. And that's in the elephant in your room. And now they said you flip it back upside down. You're going to have challenges. It's upside down for us because no matter what the fuck you could do, we trusted. We didn't always know. It wasn't always pretty, but we trusted. Okay, 33 is significant. 66 is significant. The twins are significant. Okay, they show me the heart. Number 31 is significant. Affairs of the heart. Affairs of the heart. The cave is significant. Yeah, it's time for the hermit to get out of the cave. So hermit as a crab and hermit as an energy. Like I said, we've been in the hermit energy. The hermit has been in the cave. Learning, remembering, regrouping, reforming, repairing, recollecting, reconciling, and so healing the heart and the high heart. The heart, the home, the center, the throne. Number 125 is significant. Of course it is. Harlem getting wiped off the map and Yonkers replacing it. Of course that's significant. Do your homework. If you know, you know. Marlon, what's going on? Some say there is a cave at the center of the heart. Others say it is a fool with a flowering white lotus. Imagine yourself there and draw what you see. Some say there is a cave at the center of the heart. Others say it's a pool with a a pool with a flowering white lotus. They said dead pool is significant. But the fool's journey is significant, and somebody else has also been a fool. Like I said, take it as it resonates. Some say there is a cave at the center of the heart. Others say it is a pool with a flowering white lotus. Imagine yourself there and draw what you see. Artistry is significant. Painting, drawing, reconnecting, however, to heal the eternal child, the inner child. Recall the last time your heart was touched. Soak in every detail that you can see and feel the heart awaken. So that you can see and feel. Wow. Recall the last time your heart was touched. Soak in every detail you can feel and, soak in every detail you can and feel the heart awaken. Like I said, the affairs of the heart, that is the true offering. Healing your inner child, being in service to yourself, trusting in divine timing, which is now, and now they're telling me to read the divine timing. The divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we are prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. I'm almost have to cut this shit short because my stomach is growling. So they said ambrosia and nectar. That's what we've been eating. The food of the gods, okay? Number 124 for me is 124 Snell Vegas, okay? 78, 285, exit 39, A and B. 39 is the community card. March 9th, February is significant, but they show me 39. So that's March 9th could be significant. September 3rd. 3 plus 9 is the 12, and that's the tribe we're on. Remember the sombrero? Soak it in. That's what we're soaking it in. Yeah, Florida's coming in heavy. Look, coffee and juice, breakfast. It said breakfast in bed. Okay, coffee, the sombrero. Maybe, like I said, going from the skull cap to sombrero. And orange juice. It said Scully and Fox, Mulder, X-Files. X-Files is significant, okay? And that's what they thought. He was a shaman. They told him that he had a Native American name. All right, so XVI is 60. Oh, maybe they said VIT like DIE. Maybe somebody's from either Jamaica or VI. Tools is significant. They said power tools. What they showed me this morning? John Deere and power tools, a ride-on mower, shit like that. The shaman, XVI. The tools. Maybe that's what you need to sit and trust in the divine. Get your notebook out. Write. Go sit in the sun. Get your vitamin D and with the orange juice as well. They said the Flintstone kids vitamins. Get Centrum Silver and Metamucil, shit like that. Get what the vitamins your body needs to restore itself. True offering and challenges. Patience. We have been very patient. And it's been good. If you tried forever to shift a problem, if you have tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now, be in caps. Help me to relax and trust in every need, help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often change soon follows. Patience is a virtue. Patience is required. They show me adjustments are required. Okay, 16 is the shaman, which is right next to the lover. 92, 93, 94, and 95 is significant. And on the lover is the swan, a white swan, that is. 94 was in 8th grade. To infinity and beyond. Okay, the shaman, the magi, the sorcerer, the medicine woman, the gift of the magi. The shaman can't be rushed working with this archetype. The shaman cannot be rushed. Working with this archetype requires study and perseverance. Think of it like brining or marinating. The content must permeate every fiber of its being. Yes, it's time to put some shit on the grill. Say the grill master, you hear me? Contrary to popular belief, the shaman archetype appears in every vocation. Teachers, directors, surgeons, politicians, and poets are just a few of the faces a shaman may wear. I'm sorry. My arm is getting tired. My stomach is. 3 archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman. That's it. Bring it back up. Bringing it back up is significant. Bringing something back up, and then they show me like a projector, the projector screen. Remember that shit when you come into class, you seen all notes, you knew to shut the fuck up, relax and take notes. They said that's an old reading of mine when I still had the fro. Young girl, brown girl from the ghetto, here my retro. That's right. 3 archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. Show the world the real you. And that's the Moonology Day. First, the shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study, the mentor. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed towards the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, the healer. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, the afterlife. They said Resident Evil afterlife. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world, the unseen. This way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet, where there is power, there is shadow. So the shaman must be vigilant in studying the darkness, their darkness. This card reminds us that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world. When light, this archetype, fearless, student and practitioner. When dark, overpromises, blames herself and others to go deeper. Read Black Elk Speaks and Michael Tucker's Dreaming with Eyes Open. Like I said, 93 is significant. And they're showing me blue fish, a black egg, and a hand. A banana is significant. Okay. Ooh, okay. Yeah, like I said, bananas, oranges, and pineapples and fruit. Yeah, our Garden of Eden has fruit and vegetables in it, and trust that. All right, you guys, be well. Congratulations, we made it. See y'all next video.